Hey everybody, it's Jang here with a look at the LEGO Friends Adventure Camp Treehouse set. It comes with a new character for 2016, Joy, on the left, followed by Emma here in the center, and good old Stephanie. And I'll give you a closer look at the figures as well as the animals a little later on. First of all though, I've got to put some safety gear on in the form of a helmet for Stephanie so that she can demonstrate the adventure course. Over here on the right hand side of the set is a rock climb feature. Now this has hand and foot holds that allow you to actually place the figure there, and you can just kind of step your way on up pretty carefully. You can also actually clip on the figure onto the handholds so that it will securely hold on there. You can kind of have some slightly scary moments of kind of falling off. Unfortunately, there's no safety line to hook up here, but it's just an imaginative world. Up here at the top is a timer keeping track of either how long you've been on the course or what the time to beat is. And there's also a trophy up there if you want to have a competition going on. And then the next obstacle is this walkway here, which is kind of wonky. It can actually turn from side to side, so you have to be very careful to keep your balance on that. You can actually move it side to side as you move the figure across it. Next, you're going to have to do some more rock climbing. This time you're descending, and you've got some holds on the sides there. And these don't hold on to the figure and the feet and the hands quite so well, so you really do have to hold on to it yourself. And then the last thing that you're going to do is just make your way around this pole. Once you make your way around there, you're right up at the top, and my fingers just won't fit around that way, but from here you can get onto the slide, and that lets you just slide on down to the base where hopefully you won't land on your back like that. You can have one of your friends taking a picture when you get to the base, but then you can move on to other activities from down here, such as catching fish. They give you a fishing pole here, but unfortunately the set does not include an actual fish for you to pick out of the pond. I think they should have just included one of those, because fish in Lego scale are very small and very inexpensive. Now, this is a nice build over here on this side because there's a waterfall, which is kind of one of the major features that you were climbing around and doing all of your previous activities around. This has a lot of trans blue pieces that are in trans light blue and trans medium blue. So two different colors of transparent blue makes it look very crystalline and very spring-like and very nice. You could imagine swimming around here, including taking a path that takes you through this cave system. If you want better access to that, you can actually withdraw the rock climbing wall altogether, so you can easily get your hands in under there. You can imagine finding some things. You can hide things back there in the cave, do some exploration. Just opens up a lot of possibilities for imaginative play there, and there are different places where you can go around. You can kind of come under the waterfall from back on this side if you want to. And on the other side is just another nice little display. More water that's falling down. I placed the fox there for now. You could imagine coming around with your camera that Emma has right now, or just use a telephoto lens. A little butterfly there. This is just really nice. You can actually walk around there. Just a nice build, and like I said, just lots of space for imaginative play. Now that was just the small side of this build. There's a lot more over here, mostly this structure, but there's other stuff that you can do in terms of activities up here with this large and well-built tree. Looking at it from the other side, you can see there's a vine here that you can use to climb up. And this is nice that they've recolored this into just a standard green. It's not a lime green color. It's just the traditional old Lego green color, which looks the most realistic to me. So I think that's a very useful new color for that part. And then when you get up to the top, there's a lookout here that's been built up as a platform. There's also a tire swing, which would probably be kind of scary because it's up in the air. But like I said, the tree itself is built up really nicely. It has a lot of foliage on it, a lot of thickness to the whole thing. It's really a proper, fully solid build, not just something that was put together with a minimum number of parts, and lots of flowers on there too to give it some extra color. And you got a little balcony around here you can use as a lookout. It's made with multiple colors of brown, even the branches and the trunk, so that looks nice as well. Now the camp tree house itself, which mostly gives the set its name, is not the traditional type of tree house where it's in a tree. This one's built around the base of a tree. Looks really nice from the outside, but there's a lot of space on the inside, which is a little bit tough to access from here, you know, just because it's such a large thing, and having to actually reach in there is a little bit tough. And that is exactly why they made it so you could open the whole thing up. And that changes the shape of the playset and lets you get in there and see everything that they've put in for details. Over here is a small couch or love seat, and above that is a map of the park, which kind of suggests some other activities that could be available in other areas of the park, which would be, you know, made with other sets from this series. And then there's a little kind of a kitchenette over here, which has some pots and pans, and you have an oven over there. There's a small sink and a little bit of, I think this is supposed to be a refrigerator down here. There's just a little bit of food, one piece of poultry, and a couple of sweets in there as well. Outside, there's also a little sticker that's placed on this natural wood-based seat that just makes it look a little bit nicer. And these windows all have these kind of shutter elements in them, and you can open those up to make it look like you're letting more air inside. Now this area here has a second floor to it, and this is kind of the loft, and it just has a large bed. So it has plenty of space for two figures, and this is a book or possibly a really thick magazine about eagles, which one of the characters in this set really likes eagles. You can also open up the top of the roof to give you even more access in there. Nice dark orange colored pieces here, and there's a little lamp that you can see, as well as just a little vent, or you could see that as being a decorated window to let some light and or air in from the front when you've got your roof all closed up. The other side of the house that I opened up just has kind of a small little end table, but that has no space to hold anything inside of it. It just has this lamp on top, and that's actually a new design, a new type of build that LEGO came up with the use of a fairly new part in gold color down on the base. So the whole thing is basically the top part of it is all built upside down. It's pretty cool. And then you've got a staircase here, which is wide enough to accommodate a figure, so you can actually go up and get access up to this level a lot more easily, and just use the slide a lot. You know, it's an easy run when you have it open. Just come up to here, slide down, and then just go back up. So that's a nice little shortcut for fun there. Also allows you to get up to the vine that lets you onto the balcony and the tire swing. Lastly, here's a look at kind of the bad side of the set, if you would. It's the camera shy side, where they don't take any pictures from here to put in the instructions or on the website or on the box or anything. But even as the bad side, this looks pretty good. You know, it doesn't have as much excitement here. There aren't as many activities that are designed to be accessed from this side, but you know, everything's covered up pretty well. The entranceways make sense. It does not look unfinished from here, so it looks like they really did give this set care from every angle. I also want to point out this new 1x1 round tile piece, which is printed, showing the end of a log, and they give you a few of those in this set just for a little extra detail. So here's a closer look at the three mini dolls in the set. Like I said, Joy on the left is a new character for 2016. She's the camp leader here. Notice she has the whistle around her neck. Got some new prints for tops, including the fleece hoodie, it looks like, that Emma has. Nice prints for the shoes for the two characters on the left. Emma's are a little bit more just standard, you know, a little more simple. Got the two-tone application with one little bit of lavender paint that's added on for the short sleeve effect. For Joy, and there actually are no prints to be seen from behind except for just what you see on the shoes, but there's no print that's hidden behind there on the torsos or anything. And then the two animals included in the set are supposed to be a tamed eagle who would be tamed by Joy. She's the one who's the big fan of eagles, and that's just a recolor with some copper printing on there. I think it doesn't look very much like an eagle to me. It was a nice effort to give that mold that's been around for a while a new look, but yeah, it's okay. The fox is great though. The fox is done really nicely. It's a good choice of color and good printing on it. Makes it look not too comic-like. You know, it has a little bit of Friends styling to it. You know, a little bit of an extra human kind of face, but with the colors, I think it looks fairly realistic as well. So I think this would actually fit in pretty nicely with just regular Lego minifig stuff as well. It's just a little bit on the large side for those. Nice little tuft of white fur on the tail as well. And the fox has a single hole to attach a hair accessory, if you have one, onto the tail like a bow. And you can do the same with the bird with just a hole on the top of the head. Summing things up in as few words as possible, I think this is a fantastic set. It's nice and large. It has that little bit of transformation to allow you to get into the house a little bit better. Has very distinct different areas that are nicely built, well built, and good looking. And there's just plenty of room for imagination and exploration here. So I'm a big fan of this one. Let me know what you think about this set by sharing your thoughts in a comment on the video down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.